Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel. I want to chime in on this topic. So what I'm going to share with you in this video, it's been widely discussed at this point on social media. Crypto media is now covering it, including the Crypto Basic with the headline on your screen, which is Bitboy predicts XRP amount required to become a millionaire, advocates conservative approach. And so give me a minute to really break into this, but I will say at the outset of the video, the figure that he cites, a lot of people disagree with, and because it would mean, if he's right, it would mean that almost nobody's going to be an XRP millionaire. But what he's citing, I actually broadly agree with, and with the caveat being, it depends on what time frame you're talking about. And so I want to expand upon this because there really is incredible opportunity for life-changing wealth investing in crypto, and I believe specifically with XRP, which was why it is my largest crypto holding by a long shot, actually. If you just because I hold about 30 different cryptocurrencies in terms of what's taking up the biggest share out of those 30s percentage-wise. Oh, by a long shot, it's XRP. But before going any further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so let's jump into this here. And by the way, as we go through this, feel free to pause at any point and drop your perspective in the comment section below, because I think this is one of those topics that is fun for the community to participate in. So if you think I'm right or wrong, that's fine, because it's subjective. Like it's just people's opinions here, largely anyway. But I'm looking at on-chain data from the XRP ledger to help inform my decision, as well as I just have an understanding of historically is what happened regarding XRP price action for its decade-long existence now. Anyway, piece reads as follows. Crypto influencer Bitboy suggests holding approximately 150,000 XRP tokens to become an XRP millionaire, sparking debate from the community. In a recent video, the renowned crypto influencer Ben Armstrong, so it's of course Bitboy Crypto, popularly called Bitboy, stated the amount of XRP a crypto investor must hold to take a millionaire status. So we are talking about from just one cryptocurrency here, and I do think I'd be willing to hazard a guess that most of you listening, even if you're like me and XRP is your favorite coin and it's your largest holding, even if that's true for you listening, I'm willing to bet that most of you have a lot of other cryptocurrencies. So we're not entirely reliant upon one cryptocurrency to get us to whatever status would be ideal for us. I'm not going to say exactly what I'm shooting for. I'd like to keep that part private. I'll be happy to share when I'm buying and selling and speaking in generalities. But like for me, and I've said this before, I've bought enough XRP that I don't need a tremendous multiplier effect to hit my target. But it's also true that my target might be lower than what your target is. I mean, I'm sure there's some people listening here that just want, maybe you want $5 million or $10 million. I mean, I'm not going to say what I want to, but there are going to be people out there that maybe you just want a few $100,000. And by the way, I'll just briefly mention this. I put out a video just the other day where I noted, it's like, let's say you only had, quote unquote, only $1 million from your XRP. Let's say you ended up with that profit, even after taxes, whatever it is, or maybe you don't have to pay taxes depending on where you live. Let's say you have that. If you reinvest that in the world of traditional finance, that over a span of the rest of your adult life, if you don't abuse it, you respect your winnings, that can become millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. So just because you quote unquote only have $1 million, it doesn't I still feel weird saying that, only $1 million. But it's worth way more than that over time. And I crunched some numbers with a compound interest calculator in a video yesterday. But it wouldn't take long for that to turn into $2 million or $4 million. Now, if you spend it all, that's never going to happen, and you get to make your own choices. But I'm just pointing out. That's why, even if you have just a few $100,000 in profit from XRP, which is more probable for a lot of people, if they sell anyway. But in terms of having the opportunity, that's what's more probable for a lot of people, I think, at least for the next market cycle. Well, that can still be tremendously life-changing. That's just one cryptocurrency. And I think a lot of us hold a lot of different cryptocurrencies. But it depends on the time frame here. And so check this out. Piece continues. In Armstrong's view, a crypto enthusiast needs to hold 150,000 units of XRP to become an XRP millionaire. Expectedly, the community was set ablaze by the crypto influencer sentiment, igniting a myriad of responses. Some people conducted polls to seek the collective wisdom of the crypto community, eager to uncover insights on the matter. Okay, so I think for a lot of you hearing that you need 150,000 XRP to be a millionaire, that might be off-putting. You might flatly reject that. And for me, I just say it depends on what your time frame is. Because, and this is where the on-chain analytics comes in here. We know, because the XRP ledger is public, that in order to if you have 150,000 XRP, you're in the top 0.5% of holders on the entire planet. So almost nobody. So you are talking about less than 1% of humans even getting to that seven-figure point. But it's like that's a guaranteed thing. Like, how high do you think XRP is going to go? That's the question. And over what period of time? See, if you're talking about something like in line with what like the blockchain backer's been talking about for a long time, XRP to whatever it is. I think he said typically something like $10 to $13 for what it finally does go. And he acknowledges that it's possible it could go higher. He just doesn't think that's what's probable. So if you're talking about that, I mean, if you've got 100, actually I crunched some numbers before recording here, actually just to get you an idea. Because I know most people have nowhere near 150,000 XRP. So if you have 10,000 XRP, that would be worth $1 million at a price of $100 per XRP. Now, is that impossible? Well, I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but I do not think that's impossible. I don't think that's crazy in the least. But I don't know when that would happen, how many market cycles you'd have to go through to reach that level. So it is potentially true that even if you have way less than 150,000 XRP, you still could reach that seven-figure status. Now, as far as Ben's position, if he's talking about just this next market cycle, well, then I would agree with him. So I don't know if that's what he was actually thinking when he was saying that. But if he's talking about, 150,000 XRP to become a millionaire, I think he's strongly grounded in reality if he's talking about that range. Now, truth be told, like say XRP actually goes up to close to that $12 or $13 mark. Well, maybe you need half that then. Maybe you only need 75,000 XRP. But the point is, none of us know for sure, and it's a fun conversation. But I don't think that that Ben Armstrong is way off here. And again, it could be the case that you end up needing half that. I don't know. Or maybe you need 50,000. It depends on how high it goes. Maybe you need 50,000 XRP, which still is not what most people have. But that's why, again, and I hope that this isn't sounding like too off-putting or anything. I'm just trying to live in Realsville here. But even if that's the case, and even if you have substantially less XRP than that, the opportunity can still exist depending on how many market cycles you want to go through. So I keep saying that, but that means the opportunity is there, right? and you don't get opportunities like that in other asset classes. And nothing like this has ever been possible, throughout the existence of our species, for the entirety of mankind. Nothing like this has actually been possible. An asset class like this, providing this opportunity sustained for now 14 years, it's incredible. And it's just going to keep going on like this for some period of time. But so there's a poll put out by Jenna X at Jenna X Crypto. And she tagged Ben Armstrong and wrote, Ben Armstrong predicts approximately 150,000 XRP to become a millionaire. What do you think, XRP Army? And I'm glad that she did this because it is just a fun conversation, but really you need more, okay, are you talking about just over a span of 20, 30, 40, 50 years? Or you just mean the next time XRP pops? Because if you're talking about over a longer period of time, then I'd be willing to bet that a ton of people listening right now, even if they don't have that quantity of XRP, would still become millionaires or multimillionaires. It just depends on what the time horizon is. But if the blockchain backer's right and you're talking about $10 to $13 XRP, well, I think that would be a rather small percentage of us holders that would enter seven-figure land specifically just from one cryptocurrency. And so in the poll here, she's just asking, what do you think? And again, it's all subjective, so there's no right or wrong answer necessarily, because we don't know what's going to happen right now. And so what do you think to become a millionaire? 14.9% responded with more than 150,000. 62.5% responded way less than 150,000. And 22.6% responded sounds about right. Now, I hadn't voted in this, but if I had voted, I would have clicked on sounds about right, but then I'd also be thinking, what does she mean though? Because does she mean for the next time it pops, which is what I think most people have in their head, or does she mean over a longer period of time? If you're talking about over a longer period of time, then I'd be with the majority and saying you need way less than 150,000 XRP to become a millionaire. That would be my guess. But if you're talking about for the next time it goes up, I'd say anywhere, if you're talking anywhere around 150,000 XRP, that's probably about right. And so consider this. So again, like I said, 10,000 XRP would be $1 million at a price of $100. And then 50,000 XRP would be $1 million at a price of $20. And so, look, I don't think $20 sounds wacky either. I don't know that it's going to happen this next market cycle, the next time we pop. I acknowledge it could happen. I'm not completely convinced. But that is not a crazy price for some point in the future. If you've got 100,000 XRP, that would be worth $1 million at a price of $10. So you can start to see, that's why for me, even though I'm not going to say how much XRP I hold, that's why my strategy has been spend way more money than almost any human on the planet buying XRP, taking that risk because I do have that level of confidence, and then I can just exit sooner. That's been my whole strategy. That's why. You can see how like the multiplier effect, way more fun if you have these larger quantities. And then if you have 200,000 XRP, that would be $1 million at a price of just $5. So, that's why I'm saying, and I look at people spending 50 grand on a car and then be like, oh man, how am I going to put 50,000 in a cryptocurrency? I'm like, well, here's a way. That's why I've said stuff like that over the years, because it just comes down to personal preference, personal choice, and what you want to do. But either way, and I hope nobody's feeling down if you're having some sort of realization in terms of, it's only like less than 0.5% of humans that even have that much. And if you are talking about these price levels, I wouldn't look at it like that, honestly, because the opportunity is still there depending on time horizon, and people can still accumulate if they so choose to. And on top of that, who says you need $1 million, ultimately from XRP for that to be life-changing? I'm willing to bet that there are a lot of you listening right now like, I don't need $1 million from XRP for it to be life-changing. I'm willing to bet there's tons of you that feel that way. Especially when you factor in the rest of your net worth and the rest of your crypto holdings, everything else. So that's why it's so subjective, but that's also what makes it kind of fun to have the conversation and just kind of take the temperature of the room and see what everybody's thinking just in a general sense here. Now, Ben Armstrong ultimately did respond to this, and he wrote the following. He retweeted that poll from Jenna X Crypto and wrote, I learned one thing from the last bull run. Being more conservative never hurt anyone. Being too aggressive with predictions can hurt people. And so again, I'll just say one more time just to make sure that there's no uncertainty here. My perspective is if he's talking about the next thing this pops, I think that he's being pretty reasonable there, though I do acknowledge, if you're talking about XRP going to, $13, well, if you were to magically sell it all at the top, then yeah, you probably need maybe a little bit less than what he's citing there, and I acknowledge that. But I don't think that he's saying anything wacky there. I really don't. And even the article notes here, if you have 150,000 XRP, the coin needs to trade, they say above here, $6.70 in order for that to be worth $1 million. That's what their calculation was here. So $6.70 per XRP is what you need if you have 150,000 XRP. So you can see why I keep saying, what if it goes to $12? What if it goes to $13? Then you don't need anywhere near that. You perhaps need way less than that. So the opportunity is clearly there. Like, to me, it seems very clear. And then, again, hold over longer periods of times. Is $10,000 or not 10,000? Is 10,000 XRP ever going to be worth $1 million? I don't think that's wacky. I really don't. There's way more money on the planet, than there's way more than would be necessary on the planet, money-wise, for that to happen. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. I don't know. But if XRP continues to gain adoption and crypto does in general, which I firmly believe is the most probable outcome, then at some unknown point in the future, even if it's really far in the future, then yeah, I think even that probably would do it. But we'll see. I'll stop yammering. I just want to share some thoughts on this because I enjoy these types of topics. I haven't talked about topics like this too much until maybe a little bit recently, because I've been thinking more along the lines as we're reaching the end of the SEC v. Ripple case. But for a long time, I wasn't even putting out content on topics like this, but it is fun to talk about and kind of think through. So I don't know. You guys just, you know where I stand. You tell me what you think. Again, there's no perfect right or wrong answer, but just a main takeaway here, if you take nothing else away from this video, the point is, this is the best place, investing in crypto, and I personally do believe XRP, it's the best place to invest for life-changing wealth. That's my personal opinion. And so even if most people don't have anywhere near 150,000 XRP, it doesn't mean the opportunity isn't there. And then think about it. How many people are going to take their profits from this next market cycle? They're going to take it, and then because they've learned, and maybe they didn't do as well in a previous market cycle, and so you sell closer to the top because you have an understanding of how cycles work. Take your profit, and then how many people are going to start reinvesting after the bubble deflates and prices go back down another 80, 90%? And then now they'll have more money. They got a bigger wad of cash, and they're going to put some of that back in and watch it take off again next time. I bet a lot of people have been doing that. So there's so many ways to make this work, which is why, again, like whatever your holdings of XRP are, like, good on you for trying to make your life better. Like that's nothing but respectable. We're all trying to do that. You know, I'm not rich either. You know, I think I'm going to be, and compared to the average 39-year-old, I'm substantially better off than what the average would be, or even the median by a long shot. But I'm not going to pretend to be like some rich. There's no shortage of those people. You know, the fake rich people, the YouTube gurus. I just vomit. I'd rather, can we just live in reality and like be who we actually are? You know, I prefer that. And so I'm not rich. So I'm like most of you. I'm sure some of you listening obviously would be rich. And that's subjective what that means anyway. But I think I'm going to be, because I'm on the right path. I'm only 39 and I'm going to keep reinvesting. And I think that XRP is going to be a big chunk of this for me. So the opportunity's there for all of us. Like, to me, that's incredibly empowering. We should walk away feeling positive after a discussion like this. So hopefully you are. Let me know what you think, though. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Family Sedan.